everyone finds it. That's annoying.
Okay. I'll put it in the original chat or whatever when you go live. Yeah. All right. Okay, we're back live. Let me just.
Also, I don't know why we're still getting that notification on our YouTube about identification Google Ads. I literally finished that. It's so stupid.
All right, there we go. We are good. I just went waiting for chat to load for me. It takes so long.
Yeah. I'm just going to add the thumbnail again.
Yeah. All right, guys, welcome back in. What's up, Lil Trey? Sorry about that, guys. Our internet's actually fine. This is not actually an internet problem this time. For once, we can actually not blame ourselves.
Yeah, Streamlabs. I am looking at alternatives, so that's something we might play with. But
yeah, for sure. For sure. But yeah, guys, we're just gonna give like another minute for people to come back into the stream, and then we'll start our top 5. We'll have a little explanation for each one. We're still running good on time, so we're good on that. And yeah, we haven't seen you guys for a while, so we want to, fucking rant a little bit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, guys, September 25th, I think it was, that Lil Trey said that the next Kakumei. It's in September, of course, but I believe it's September 25th. I think it's in the last thing of the last chapter too. But yeah, that comes back in September, which is exciting. I just can't wait for like what's the first chapter going to be like after the training, because training arc is done. They confirmed it. Rienko confirms it. He says training arc is done. Okay, that's cool. Now what? Where are we going to next? Honestly, please bring us to Beerus first. Bring us to Beerus. We haven't seen Beerus in forever, dude.
It's been too long, and last time we saw him, he's with his brother. So maybe what we see, Sky, is that we do get back to Beerus, and it turns out that he's been training with his brother, and now his bro ain't chunks, he's ripped.
Yeah.
And they're looking good, and they're all powerful, and they're gonna flex that maybe a little bit.
Lil Trey says you should also check out Naruto Shumetsu in September 15 when it comes out. I would check it out, but Kizer has not watched any Naruto before. Actually, no, I'm sure you've watched like one-ofs growing up, but yeah, as in watching it in its completion. Oh no, not even one-of.
So there have been moments where like it's been on for 2 minutes, but that's it. Like I don't get the context, I'm not watching.
Yeah,
so
yeah, fair enough.
I really don't understand anything about Naruto other than the fact that they had those really cool scarves with the metal plates on them and the head and then the logo. That was cool.
Yeah, Naruto's great. Personally, I didn't add a long-running manga into the manga lookout poll, not only because it's long-running, because I don't think that really matters in the sense of we could just not go fast with it. We could just take our fucking time. But in the sense of, I actually think if you're ever going to watch Naruto, it would definitely be watching it. The experience, to me, has always been better watching Naruto. That's just my opinion. There are things I prefer reading. There's things I prefer watching. Naruto's manga is great, but I really just liked the anime a lot better. Until it gets to Shippuden, I think you can debate, but OG Naruto's anime is just fucking amazing. It gives me Dragon Ball vibes. Like Naruto and Naruto to Shippuden is what Dragon Ball is to Dragon Ball Z. There's a lot of story, adventure, build up, and then Shippuden is where the fucking there's hands being thrown in Naruto. In my opinion, the best fight is in Naruto, but Shippuden, yeah, dude, the best fight for me is in Naruto. Yeah, Naruto has phenomenal side characters. Naruto, the actual character, is not even like my top 10 favorite, maybe top 15 favorite character in the show. Yeah, dude, Naruto has some great characters for sure. Yeah, Naruto's fun. Naruto is fun, but yeah, it is something a bit longer. Definitely not something we would cover on the channel in terms of like watching or reading. Though, if eventually Kizer does watch it on his own time, We could talk about it for sure. Yeah, but we probably won't cover Naruto Shimotsu because we're gonna do things that we both have watched, or if it was something new, right? Like if it's something like, oh, they're doing like a completely new thing, yeah, we would definitely check it out at least as 1 week and see how it goes. But no, he has not watched Naruto, so we wouldn't. I will check it out though, and I'll let you know my thoughts on the first chapter. If you guys want, if you have enough people in the Discord that are reading it as well, I'll make a channel for it that we can discuss it. All right, so let's get to our top 5 Dragon Ball Kakumei prologue moments. I'm excited for this. I know you're excited for this. We've had some time to honestly think about this. I had my top 5 last week, but I actually changed 3 of them.
You changed 3 of them.
2 of them were easy for me, and there's gonna be something in here you're gonna be like, where is it? Why isn't it here? You're gonna be like, huh? You're probably gonna walk out. But yeah. So I think since I'm hosting the manga lookout here, I think you should go first.
Shit. Okay.
Start with your 5th.
So this might not be the right way to answer it. So this is why it's kind of my 5th. Okay. It's kind of a weird answer, but I'm from like a pure like. A moment doesn't have to be a positive.
Correct. Agreed.
Right?
Yeah.
So I would say like the biggest surprise to me and disappointment.
Oh shit, okay.
Fennel was so
Okay,
bad.
That's a surprising thing to put on your list. But I love that you put that though. Like I love that that's how you approach this list, that you're approaching it in every aspect. Most of my aspects are good. Well, things bad happen, but it leads to a crazy moment.
Right. Yeah.
Dude, Fennel is the biggest. I'm gonna say it. The biggest fucking like disappointment. I'm not even gonna say the B word because like she doesn't even deserve that. She's just complete trash, bro.
She
is so
bad.
trash. She's so
moment after moment, dude.
Like. I'm not saying to walk into your death. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you got 2 people who are your apprentices, right? Fighting for their lives, grouping up, like you see Cobb, you see Cauliflower trying to do their thing. Fucking hell, they're not dead yet.
Where's your honor?
Yeah, where's your honor? Where's your pride? Where's your Saiyan pride?
Yes.
No Saiyan pride. And then Rhubarb, I know he's not that strong, but for fuck's sakes, he gets his whole torso arm off. Super Saiyan, which by the way, he may be a bit wider. He's one of the most badass Saiyans in the fucking. I'm not even joking. He's looks awesome.
So cool.
I wish we got a bit more of him. Too. But I understand why he didn't. Of course, he was just an admiral, whatever. But he was fucking cool. Fennel is not someone you want as a leader ever.
And like the thing too is like we came into it and they were like, "This is Fennel," and me and Sky were like. That is a sick character design. Yeah. They are going to fucking cook with Fennel.
I know Fennel's great.
Nah.
Yeah, it just never happened. That was a great one, dude. Yo, you set the bar high. I really like that you approached it in that way too. But that's good. I think both our lists are going to be a lot different then.
Yes, I will say that is the most out there approach. My other 4 are more like straightforward.
Yeah, mainstream kind of thing.
Tangible. Yeah,
same. Okay. I have a lot of those too.
I got to hear yours. I want to see what your number.
So my 5th favorite moment or biggest moment for me was the actual introduction to King Sadala and Planet Sadala. That was my 5th. I don't think there's much to explain here. I think King Sadala's design was well done. I think his backstory was hard to follow at first. I like that they kind of hinted at like what it really meant to him throughout this arc, where it was like, like why won't he turn Super Saiyan? And me and you were in the back of our heads just like he must have done something when he turned it at one point, and he calls it his demon form in a sense, right? And in a sense, it kind of is not maybe a demon, but it kind of gets the worst out of you, or it could get the worst out of you because if you guys remember, Super Saiyan is is gained by rage, right, and anger. So that's a negative thing for the most part. So I kind of get where he's coming from in that sense. And also, if if he's hurt someone, it's different. Like he's experienced it in a different way. It's a different universe, right? So I thought that whole thing was very interesting to me. I love his design. I loved what he stands for. I love that he was giving Vegeta a hard time at the beginning. It's like, you're pulling up to my planet. Like, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
both sides were very right over. Like, I understood both sides, but I like that he stood his ground. He actually gave Vegeta a really good fight too. I mean, in base form, King Sadala slaps Vegeta, no problem. Like,
Yeah.
no problem.
Easy.
It's not even close. Actually, I don't know if we got it, but I would probably say even like a Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta would probably still lose to a base King Sadala. Probably, or something like that. I don't know
Well,
if we
I
saw the
guess
full fight, didn't we? We only saw up to-
technically, Vegeta now at base can beat Sadala.
Yeah.
But that's for later on.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's my fifth. They were fighting evenly. Oh, in base? Really?
No.
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
I think King Sadala actually had the upper hand a little bit in base. If I remember correctly.
Little trait. Don't you remember? And then Vegeta wins Super Saiyan 4. Like, were you even there?
Yeah, what's your 4?
Okay. My 4, I don't think you'll have on your list. And this is like, you know how you have your Vegeta card?
Yeah.
I have my Gohan card, right?
Okay.
And so I will say that is part of it, but it's probably not what makes it one of the more memorable moments. Okay. So I have Gohan versus Jiren. So obviously Gohan gets hooked, but that's kind of what made it a very memorable, at the very least, a very memorable stream, at least, because that was hilarious.
We were guessing too, like before we read the chapter, we're like, all right, but like what diff? Remember we were talking. That's what
yes,
the diffs. We're like, all right, yo, Mike, like, what's the diff gonna be? You're like understanding it. You're like, dude, I think this is a low diff. I'm starting to die. Like, okay, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and go mid. And no, you were right. It was like a low. It was a pure smash. But I think Gohan got like a one punch like closer to the end, so it wasn't a negative. But yeah, dude, it was brutal. But honestly, yeah, I that moment was great though, because obviously Jiren was giving him like tough love, but it was all out of love. It was all out of love. It was tough love, and Gohan learned a lot from it. And we obviously know that Gohan is now training with the Supreme Kai, because we got it in the cover a couple chapters ago, which is really exciting. I'm really excited to get back to Gohan too. Actually, I think potential wise he might be the strongest still, especially getting that potential boost again, but from a different Kai. It's gonna be crazy. But yeah, that moment is great. I thought the fight, even though it was like smash, I thought it was still well drawn. I thought it was still really exciting. So I think if you can make a stomp still very exciting, it just shows how great you can like make your manga appeal to people, right?
Yeah.
So I thought it was great. I like that moment.
I agree with that. And like you talked about the illustration, I think like the artwork did such a great job at illustrating how powerful Jiren was in the moment. Like when we'd have those moments where it would just feel like, and sometimes look like, he's just towering over him. Like in a powerful state of power, strength. It was just unreal, and we were laughing, right? We were like, dude, we couldn't stop laughing. We're like, oh, he's done.
One of our favorite streams for sure. Yeah, like, I know I'm speaking for you when I said, but I'm pretty sure you would agree. Like that was one of the best Kakumei streams, and most of them are memorable, right? For the most part. I mean, obviously there are like the filler quote unquote chapters where it's a bit slower, but it's a setup, right? And that's how it works. And I'm sure when we get to other manga and stuff, it's gonna be that way too. But yeah, and I know Lil Trey here just said something that was really I think we both appreciate. He says here, I like how they didn't give Gohan a crazy power up while fighting Jiren. I really like that. And the reason why I really like that, Lil Trey, and I think this is what you're kind of alluding to, is Gohan didn't need a power up during that fight. He needed a realization on what he was fighting for during that fight, and that's what Jiren gave him that realization on. He's like, what are you fighting for? No, fuck how strong you are right now, but what are you fighting for? Because we knew he was waiting to see the Supreme Kai anyway. We know the power up is coming. So the writers instead are like, why are we going to power him up now when he's going to have that moment with the Supreme Kais? Let's get his mental up and then we'll get his physical. And this is why I really do think, and I think we're gonna get an interaction, especially with how Vegeta seems to have a lot more respect I mean, he's always had a lot of respect for Gohan in the main series, but
A quiet respect, yes.
yeah, quite respect, yeah. But in Kakume, it's definitely felt more like come on, Gohan, do your thing, whatever. I feel like, dude, once Gohan and Vegeta see each other again, Vegeta's gonna be really fucking proud, dude. He's gonna be like, yo, your father would be like, I'm telling you, man, I really do think Gohan is gonna be Vegeta's gonna be difference maker. Piccolo, we all know the headliners. We all know it's Piccolo, it's Vegeta, it's Gohan, right? I think they're all gonna be big time fucking like they're gonna sway a lot of the war. But I think Gohan might have the biggest fucking moment, dude. I'm telling you. I'm calling it right now. I think Gohan's gonna have the biggest moment in Universe 7, including his father. I think Gohan will have the biggest moment.
Okay, so hold on. So I'm gonna stop you there because I want us to touch on, after we're done our list, just one of what is our like what do we predict? Just one moment to come in the war that is going to be the most hype moment, or predict a hype moment. Yeah,
I like that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I have one, but I can't touch on it yet.
Okay, what we'll do is when we do that, we'll cut that out and we'll post that just separately too, because the title doesn't have that. So we'll cut this out and then we'll post it separately. All right,
That's a
cool.
good idea. Content.
All right. So you gave me your fourth.
I gave you my four.
This might surprise you that it's at 4. Goten and Trunks turn Super Saiyan God for the first time. Now,
okay.
I know if we had like a round table, like a book club, and we had like 7-8 people and they all had to make a top 5, I would say this would probably be top 3 for at least 5-6 people. A lot of people would probably really like this moment. I love this moment. It's still in my top 5, and I had like 9 or 10 written down. Like, what else is there to say? Like, I do think Trunks, was it Trunks? No, I think it was Goten that looked a lot cooler. I think Trunks looked very slim.
Goten looks so cool.
I think it was Trunks that was looking a little slim in some. It could have been the way it was drawn, but in other panels he looked great too. But it just suits them. It does. Well, at least the way they draw Goten and Trunks, it really, really does suit them. I loved it. I thought that it made sense because they were training with Whis. If they were training with any other person, I'd be like, okay, how are you at Super Saiyan God already? But the intense training that Whis provides, and Goten and Trunks, they've trained with their fathers, and we all know how Goku and Vegeta train. They're used to it. They're used to the hard work, and I forgot what it was that they had to do, that they had to block shit, and they were getting hit by it. And then at the end, they turned Super Saiyan. That was so cool. Actually, just quickly, what I didn't write here, but it's kind of part of this moment, is actually the process to getting Super Saiyan God was a big thing for me. Like, the understanding that Gotenks is a separate being from the two, but it kind of meets in the middle with that whole mirror and that bigger meaning thing. Like, that was so cool. Like, all that symbolism on like, and that's what I think. I think they will fight separately a lot in the war, and they will fight their big bad, and their big bad will be them going into Gotenks and then turning maybe Super Saiyan Blue. That's my prediction for them. And that would be really fucking cool. So, no, that's my 4. Not much to talk about because, again, it's just a transformation, but it was so hyped because Goten and Trunks are finally up there in some sort of way, right? So that was exciting for sure. And it was drawn really well. We got, actually, when they turned Super Saiyan God, I don't know if you remember, it was actually colored. That panel was colored with like the red. And...
I actually have it on screen right now.
Oh, let me see.
So we have like Goten looks badass. It is on the thumbnail as well, but it's a little undersaturated. Here you have the color. It is nuts.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Yeah, that was a sick moment. That's the one that got spoiled for me in advance. But it is something that I had thought about for a while, many times before we even started reading Kakumei. Like the moment you realize it just takes 5 Saiyans to make a god, you're like, oh well, everyone can be a god. But in my mind, I'm thinking like, wow, like them maturing into where they would need to be mentally in order to even be there. Yeah.
they're gonna be like 22 now when they get out of that hyperbolic time.
Yeah.
Now, what was the age we did the I don't, maybe if Little Cherry remembers or anyone else that remembers that stream, they're gonna be like 22 or something. Like, yeah, so that's yeah, they're gonna come out as like full on grown ass men, bro.
What's the oldest we've seen Trunks? Young adults?
Trunks in Cell was, well, no, Future Trunks in Super is older than the one in Cell. Future Trunks in the Goku Black arc, I don't know how old he was actually. Probably in his like mid to late 20s, right?
He's older? Oh yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's still the same timeline as the Cell one, but Super is 7 years after, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember. Future Trunks age Goku Black. 30.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so maybe that's why they no.
32 because of the time chamber that he used to fight. He's but due to the time chamber back in DBZ, he's biologically 32. Fair enough.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
There is so much untapped potential from a writing perspective with these two that I cannot wait.
Yeah.
For
sure. 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Let's hear your third.
I think this is one you'll be surprised to hear this high up the list. I have UI Vegeta. So
why would I be surprised?
Or not that it's this high up, but that it's not number 2, number 1.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I think that's where I think you'd be surprised. Cool moment. Again, I said there were 2 things that were spoiled for me. So one was Goten Trunks.
Definitely.
One was
if you didn't know, it'd probably be a bit more up. Fair enough.
It probably would have been a bigger moment for sure, but also we haven't had that much of it, to be honest.
Yeah. It's like a little teaser, but that's exciting, honestly.
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting. And I'm hoping that we kind of get a moment where if Goku ends up coming out of those chains and maybe Vegeta learns a few things from how Goku fights in it, right? But maybe he has his own little twist to it that is better in a sense than Goku. Now, not that saying he's stronger than Goku, but he does something in that state better than Goku. That's more of a Vegeta aspect. And then Goku does something better because we all know that Goku is obviously faster and more clear-headed, whereas Vegeta is a lot stronger but more rash. So I don't know. We could get some like cool dynamic because, like I told you, my prediction is Goku for half of the war will still be in chains, but he will be released by Goten and Trunks. That'll be their mission. They will eventually have to release them, and then they'll release them, and then Vegeta and Goku will fight someone. They'll both learn from each other, blah blah blah. And,
you know what's crazy? Especially, this is an issue, a wall that we run into in Dragon Ball Super right now, is that Goku and Vegeta would struggle to use their new forms while in fused state. But in Kakumei, they'd both be Ultra Instinct. So we would get an Ultra Instinct Gogeta, Ultra Instinct Vegito.
Yo, you know what's crazy about that? Hold on, bro. I need to fix my head because of how stupid I am. You know what's crazy? I never thought about that.
Me too!
You know what's actually crazy? Like, you would think, as us being big diehard fans, like, we see UI Vegeta, and then after the chapter, we're just thinking to ourselves, we're like, oh, shit. Now, Ultra Instinct, Gogeta, and Vegeta are on the fucking table. Because in Super, right now at least, and we've explained it many times on why it won't work at the moment in Super, even if, one is a different form, one's Ultra Ego stuff. We won't get into it again, but yeah, we have so many videos of us talking about it. But yeah, dude, the fact that I never even thought about that, it just blows my fucking mind, dude. Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, so that's your third. My third is Broly snapping after Chilai gets hurt. Now, this moment to me, it's more than just him powering up. It's Chilai actually getting hurt is a big part of this moment here because it almost looks fatal. Like, we're looking at each other like, wait, is she dead? And at one point, I think I remember you saying like, yo, I think she's gone. Like, and then we see them like getting Chilai after, like running her. I think it was, who was it that was holding her? Was it Caulifla? It was Caulifla. Rushing her out of there and stuff. And then when we get the panel of Broly completely like in his demonic burning up form, I remember we looked at each other, we're like, okay, surely this isn't gonna get like crazy. And this is what Dula wanted. Dula wanted him to get angry, and then all we saw was the next pen. I remember this was like the first moment where like, okay, Kakume is not playing in terms of it doesn't matter anymore. Like this is not like Super in that sense where like Kakume will kill people off and they'll do it in a very gory manner. And when heads started basically flicking off their bodies, I was like, oh shit. And I remember that was like the way we ended that chapter. It was like him crushing someone or something like that.
He like literally crushed a head or something.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh my gosh, we're in for some I remember we were so excited for the next week, and we're like, okay, come on. And then Broly was giving people the fucking work. Like he was just the admirals were scared, which I would be scared, and anyone would be scared, to be honest.
Beerus would be scared, I think.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't think so. I think Beerus would probably one-shot that.
You think so, eh?
Yeah, I think so. I think Beerus is just a whole different breed, bro.
I think if Broly focused, he would have just Amron would have been gone way quicker if Broly just focused in on Amron.
Do you think Broly could have just 1v1 straight up, no difficulty? I don't think so.
At his state, yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh,
I think he beats Amron. I think the strongest there. I just don't think it's like easy. I think he gets hit. Right? I think Amron gives him some
mid diff.
Mid. That's a good. Yeah, I think mid. Yeah, I think mid's fair. Mid to high for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because Vegeta. What was Vegeta? Extreme, and it was extreme loss. Like because Vegeta wasn't stronger. Vegeta until at the end, I guess, but he was already very weakened. Evo Vegeta is like a high diff lose. Like Amron beats him high diff in Evo, and then Ultra Instinct Vegeta was like extreme diff win, which I kind of liked. I like that Vegeta got that power up, and he didn't stomp Amron. He was like, it was still like 50-50, which is great. So
that was an awesome moment, and actually, might as well just say it. My number 2 is I wrote down Broken Broly. Just like him, you said it well. Like it starts from Chile and her going down, and it feeling like, yo, she's actually gone, and then to have his explosion of emotion and energy in the way they showed the ripple through space-time, and the way it was,
that moment, dude, was like, that's when we're like, okay, so he's touching Goku and Beerus levels, because that's the kind of skill that we... And remember, and this is, again, you know me, I love Vegeta, and we know Vegeta is going to get way stronger. We know this. But, like, when Vegeta turned Ultra Instinct, we didn't get no Galaxy, none of that shit, but that shows how much he has still to grow.
Yeah.
I think what this is kind of entailing, and I think this is what the writers are trying to tell us, is that Broly's way stronger than Vegeta right now, but this is as strong as Broly will. I don't think Broly will get stronger than that. I don't. I genuinely
think so.
But no, but I think that's enough. I think he's good enough. I think he can fight a God of Destruction for sure. Once he's shit controlled, and I think that's what they're kind of showing here. And yeah, like it's so interesting because you see Goku and Beerus fight, all the universes here, they feel it. Broly is like some fucking black hole stuff, and when Vegeta, it was like whoa, of course, but it wasn't anything to that scale yet.
You didn't have people in other universes being like, did you feel that?
Did you feel that like divine like power or whatever?
Yeah.
And I think that's cool in a way. I think that's how they're trying to show us how strong people are in Kakumei.
Yeah.
It shows like how you can feel it from different universes, because sometimes it's really hard to tell, oh, is this power up stronger than this one? But they're showing us in that sense, in a very universal sense, which is really cool.
What's your number 2?
All right, my number 2 is Beerus putting his origin clothing on and heads back to his home planet. That is my second favorite moment. I remember freaking the fuck out because I didn't you were the one who told me, oh, he's going home or something like that. I think we have a clip on our TikTok that actually did really well. And I was just like, oh wait, he's putting something on, and he was putting on his cape and shit. I was like, yo, this is so fucking... And obviously this moment kind of leads also to when he gets to the planet and he's with Champa and I don't know if they were praying, but they were kind of in a way like
Like
honoring their
sitting,
father. Yeah,
like visiting their
yeah,
father's
visiting their
grave.
father.
Yeah, yeah.
Together, and they had like their it's definitely Egyptian like
Vibe.
influence or vibe,
Yeah.
which is really fucking cool. Um, and yeah, I just love
Love
everything
that.
about it. I love the design of the clothes again, like older Egyptian style. It looks like anyway. I could be wrong, but it's very Middle Eastern at least of some sort, and it looks fucking fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
And like Beerus is an Anubis, right? That's basically what he is. So it makes sense. And yeah, I just love that moment so much. It's just the reason why this moment is two for me is not necessarily only the moment itself. It's what I think is gonna happen after. Like understanding
It's what it does
what it
for
does.
you
Yeah,
in also like the excitement and reaction of that, right? Like we're
exactly.
as humans, yeah, we're happy and excited in the moment, but we're very quickly switch to like, what does this mean, right?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like it's exciting. Like we were already talking about, maybe we're gonna get them. They've actually been training for a while, and now
Exactly.
like Champa's in shape and he's ripped and
Hold on.
kind
Let
of
me
like
just put
a
my
boo
bringing Rocky
moment.
out. 1 second.
Yeah, yeah. Chat, how you guys doing?
Sorry about
Okay, Lil Trey says that the outfit thing Beerus he puts on is from an old preview from the Universe Survival arc for DBS, but it was never used. Very interesting. I want to pull that up. Um, so I'm gonna put do, 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 do. Let me try this. Let me try this.
it. All right, we're back.
Yeah, I was just reading Lil Trey's comment there.
I believe he did mention that when we first read
I
that
believe he
chapter. Yeah.
did, yeah. But I just wanted to see if there was like something I could pull up. Okay. So that's a really interesting pick. Like you mentioned my fourth pick being kind of like a little unconventional. I'd say that one's yours. Like that's, and for it to be number two as well. Like
Mhm.
big that's
I
a
think
big thing to say.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, really cool moment. Definitely gets you excited. Um, it's not on my top five. I'll tell you that.
Mhm.
But I think it could lead, yes, for sure, to stuff that will be in my top five once we get to, our top fives of, the war. Like, how crazy is that going to be when we're having that conversation? Oh my goodness.
We're probably gonna have to have a top 10, not even a top 5, to be honest.
Yeah, straight up.
Hmm.
Okay. I'll give you my number one.
Yeah, because your two was Broly, right?
Yeah. So I couldn't say much here, but you did say it already. And I think you'll be surprised that it's my number one.
Okay.
My number one is Goten and Trunks Super Saiyan God. To
Okay.
me, what they represent in Dragon Ball, like the actual IP, is massive. Like, if people are worried about if Dragon Ball will keep going on and on, all I'll say is don't be. Goten and Trunks are the future of Dragon Ball. And I love that they're getting actual responsibility here. And like, I think, like I was saying, I've had this thought in my mind for a while, this mind canon of, oh, imagine these two kids as gods, and they'll be more, maybe they
Yeah.
get more mature and they find like this almost like Zen like peace or some shit through, or like, not Zen like peace,
Yeah.
but like, you go through your training with Whis, you mature through it. But also like the power and like then there's the responsibility of that power. And last time they kind of had that, they didn't really handle it too well when they were, they get into that fusion and it's Buu Saga. They very irresponsible. very hard to control, down to the very end. And so I like this idea of like, cool, well, this is your next like big step up, and how are you gonna take it? And like already little moments of that when they revealed as Super Saiyan gods, and then they're like, all right, well, we're just gonna go like home and say hi to mom and pops and stuff, and Whis is like, no, like we're going right now.
Yeah, like there's no
You have to
time,
put your
bro.
big, yeah, like leave the Pampers at home because
You're gonna be
the man.
22 when you get out.
Yeah, exactly. And they had to have a moment right there that I think kind of like speaks to what I'm saying, right? Like
Mm.
they have to make some adult decisions.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? It means that sometimes it's unfair, but you got to make the right decision. And so like I'm excited for what it means for them as characters, but like the yeah, even just the artwork. They
Oh my
cooked.
gosh. The artwork is so good too, dude. It's so good. I think Goten looks so good. Especially
Yeah.
and Trunks looks great too though.
Trunks looks cool too, but Trunks by default has always looked cool, whereas
Yeah.
Goten has always been just Goku.
Yeah, Goku Jr. from fucking
Yeah.
GP.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sky, what is your number one?
All right. My number one is Gohan eating and drinking as a now member of the Pride Troopers.
What? What?
This, to me, there's something about this that really has me excited for Gohan and Kakume. And it's okay, how do I put this without like not making sense? Because I don't make sense a lot of the time. What I mean by so this is the biggest moment for me because ever since Gohan went back to studying, I really do feel even in Super, and this could be a hot take, you can fucking clip me all you want, but I really do feel like Gohan has kind of fell out of the group, if that makes any sense, out of the crew in
100%.
in a way.
Yeah.
He's kind of dropped off, as in like, for example, Teen Gohan at least had talks with Vegeta of some sort of way, whether it was good or not, or like Piccolo, even Piccolo. The Gohan and Piccolo's relationship have been very shaky ever since he's become an adult. Only in Superheroes when it had that big resurgence, and then a little bit in Super when Piccolo was helping him train. But there's been more major pockets in that relationship when he was an adult, and there's been these small little things where it's like, okay, I'm gonna help you train, I'll help you train. That's it. I feel like Gohan kind of being accepted into like this whole like James Bond motherfucking group of the Pride Troopers.
Yeah, really
It's-
cool the way they illustrated
Yeah.
that.
It just, to me, it feels like he's almost at home. Like, and I love how accepting, because I know it may seem like in Universe 7 or in the Tournament of Power, but the Pride Troopers are literally good people. They literally help, civilians. That's literally what they do. So yeah, I mean, they're just fighting for their universe at the end of the day, right? I mean, they got to do what they got to do. But like,
Yeah.
I really liked. I forgot his name now, but he's like the leader of the Pride Troopers, which is funny. It's not Jiren. It's like the thing
The
on
Captain America-esque guy.
Yeah. He's cool. I just like that. He's sitting down, he's eating, he's drinking. I believe Gohan was talking about Dispo and his kids, and Dispo has like fucking like 18 kids or some shit. Like, I don't know. I just love when it's not only about action, but we kind of get to see like the human side of things, and Gohan acting with this whole other universe that he was against just not too long ago. I don't know. I really liked that. That moment to me really feels like we're gonna get the Pride Troopers pulled up together, and then everyone's gonna be like, "Wait." That's the thing. I think Pride Troopers shit, like, it suits him to me. Like the fucking tight ass fit, fucking like, I don't know. There's just something cool. And then that scene where he has like, it looks like he's smoking or whatever. He's walking.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite panels. If we ever do a top 5 panels, that's probably up there for top 5 right now.
Oh, that would be a sick one. You keep freezing, by the way. I think we may have lost you again.
Don't tell me my internet took a shit before we ended. Oh, wait, am I back?
You're back.
Let's
You're
go.
back. Okay, you're good. You're good.
Oh, we're almost there.
You know what? As we're here and kind of coming to a close, like, Honestly, Sky, like, okay, we're having this conversation because it's like this is where we are right now. Okay,
Yeah.
we got to this point in time and we're recapping. And I think if there's one major piece of criticism I'd give it so far, okay, and maybe this is unfair. I feel like they did such a great job in the beginning of setting up through scenes like you just described, like these human and connecting moments and bonding characters and their stories and getting them really started. And then they just abandon everything. And maybe we're going to come back and we're going to get that, right? But like, for it to then just completely stay on Sadala for that long,
Yeah.
I think they messed up. Is kind of like where I'm coming at it, because it's like, if you want to win an Oscar, you don't drop a movie in January and February. Okay,
Yeah.
you drop your movie in December. You drop your movie in November, right before they make the nominations, because like now we're gonna go in. There's gonna be so many details we're not gonna remember, and it's hard for them to account for the fact that like, hey, down the line we're gonna be actually writing like the whole war arc before we even release it, and now
Exactly.
people are gonna wait and wait and wait, and the last thing that we got was just like chapters and chapters and chapters of a great. I loved what we got on Sadal. It was great, but I
Mm-hmm.
guess for me, like from a pacing perspective,
One sec.
yeah. So that's how it goes. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So for me, like just from a pacing perspective, it was kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were getting to know these characters and their motivations and getting so excited for these journeys and conversations and like, and then just nothing. It's just like teases and then it's just Sadala. And so I thought the pacing was kind of weird. I guess that's like my one of my criticism is that because yeah,
Do
I
you
don't know.
think do you think the reason why we focus on Sadala so much is because there are so many players on the board there? Like there was Broly, there was Vegeta, there was the God of Destruction, there was King Sadala, there was the Saiyans in general, the Kaba. I think maybe it focused on that because like sure I personally would have liked to see more.
I think you're frozen again.
Oh no, that's not good. Oh, there we go. I think I'm back. But yeah, like the Krillin T and Yamcha moment, I think I wanted that a bit more. But overall, I think that's why they stayed there was because there were so many people there.
Yes, but here I guess okay. Here's what you're right. Like, and it's not an easy thing to balance. Um, I would say that like we should have gotten, instead of like covers that were like, hey, just so you know, like they still exist. I think it would have been cool if like spontaneously we got a chapter, and even if they were short chapters, like 25 pages, but like, hey, let's actually check in with them. We've built and established this ground,
yeah,
and like this is
and
the
not just
little
have
bit of
like a
progress
cover
they've
where it
made.
says this and that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
like actually checking in with the characters and having moments like the moments that you're talking about, right? And like continuing to feel like you're connecting with those characters.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
aside from that, like, dude, unreal so far. Like, how have you, how would you describe Kakume today to someone, and would you recommend?
Yeah, I would recommend it, and I would say it's honestly just exciting on a week to week basis. I mean, if people started now, they have what 29 chapters to binge, which is great. Like you've already got a decent amount. But yeah, after that, I'm the best things that like if you catch up, the things to look forward to the most is the art, obviously, and just how exciting it is. Right, there's a lot of different like plot lines, and things are moving in different ways that Super doesn't tackle. So
Yeah.
if you want something a bit different, Kakume is going to give that to you. And I think if you're a big diehard Dragon Ball fan, you're going to appreciate Kakume, even if it's you can call it fan service, you can call this blah blah blah, but just know that these people are putting their heart out on the project. It's not just some oh, like they're just fucking writing random shit and then just drawing random shit. No, they put their heart out, and you could
Yeah.
tell from the way they even draw. So and translate, right? The most of them, from my understanding, is they don't even speak English, and they still get out to the English viewers too. So we also appreciate it as the English readers.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, the Kakumi's just yeah exciting, great art. Different story. There's some parts where I'm like, yo, this is great. Like this is attaching to this very well. So
Yep.
yeah, shit like that. I like it.
Cool
I like it a
stuff that
lot.
they
And
wink
I
at.
think it's gonna be even better. Like I think we're gonna get. This is just the prologue to me. I think we're just gonna go into. I think the trajectory is just gonna go up. So
Yeah. I think it kind of has to. Like that's, Sky, we were talking a little bit before the show about you've recently done a lot of catching up with Marvel, right? And you've now hit this peak moment in the character in the arcs,
yeah,
right? So you just finished Endgame for anyone that's curious, and that's a tough thing to top, or at the
yeah.
very least even try to match. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's a whole conversation we could even have around that, but um yeah, Endgame is special. So I'd kind of translate that. I mean, we've had some great moments already in Kakume, but like the war is what this is about, and that's what we're here for
Mhm.
ultimately. So how are you going to create moments that are going to be fivefold excitement and rewarding,
Yeah.
right? Because that's what it needs to be. That's what's going to make Kakume. Is Kakume going to be a good, or no? Is Kakume going to be a great or an amazing piece of work? That's what we're gonna find out.
Yeah. And before we end, look at what Trey posted on the Dragon Ball Kakume channel in our Discord. Looks pretty sick.
Search DBS Universe Survival Arc trailer. Hold up now.
Yeah, check out what he posted on Discord after in the Kakume Discord.
Dragon Ball Super Universe Survival Arc. What? So where did this come from?
The
I'm not.
beer's the
There you go.
beer's clothes.
Yeah. Oh, I see. I see. I see. Sweet. Cool shit. Yeah. It's been fun. It's
Did you
been
see
good.
the Discord one?
I can't because if I do that, I'm gonna close you.
Oh, I see. Damn.
Yeah, man. And I like you. I don't want to close you.
It's really cool. It's like fan art.
Oh.
Oh, it's actually not fan art. It's actually made by the creators
Oh.
of Khalifa. And she has a hat that has Sadala, and she has like shades on. She's got like a cool like Yu-Gi-Oh like looks like a fucking Kaiba fucking jacket on. She's got like okay, so this is the only thing that's kind of interesting. It looks like she's wearing like a like lingerie as her like, but she's wearing joggers on top. I don't know what's happening there. It looks cool. Like it fits her style. Um, and then she has got like joggers and like boots, like high boots on. Looks really cool.
Okay, I'm pulling this up. That is actually pretty darn cool. Hold on.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, you know what I mean, right? Like it's like a onesie. What do you call that? Not a onesie, like a overall. Overall, is that what it's called? An overall? Like she has an overall on.
I don't know if that's an overall.
I don't know what that's called.
Uh, Hold on. Let me close this, and then I'm gonna add this image to the screen. We can all look at it. A little show and tell. So we got bada boom, bada bing. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
a
really
little
cool.
a little bit of bottom boob there.
Yeah, yeah.
But That is a cool. Yeah, that is kind of like, I know what you mean. There's like a bathing suit style. It's
I like
kind
a
of in
bathing
right now.
suit.
It kind of
Yeah,
looks
yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah. That's a really
She
sick
looks
look,
tripped the
dude.
fuck out, bro. Yo,
Bro,
she
the way
pulled
the
up
hair
in the war like that.
flows out
Bro, if she
too,
pulls up in the war like
bro.
that, nah, she's up there, bro. She's up there.
That'd be nuts. That'd be sick. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They
Nah, she
could.
looks great.
She's got such a cool look that they could do so many cool things with her, but they just put her in the same friggin' tank top
Wait,
and ugly purple pants.
wait. Hold on. Why are they even showing us this? It's probably because this is what they look like after the time, like the time jump. Dude, they wouldn't.
That, or sometimes they just do fun art. Man, that's my thought.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, Lotre's posting one now of TN. I think he's posting other ones. You have numbers. Yeah, Android 17. I don't know.
Cool
Interesting.
shit.
It's definitely interesting. I really like TN's gi. It's really cool. His
Thank you for
outfit's cool.
sharing.
Yeah, I'll definitely check these out more, like off stream too.
Cool shit.
Sick. All right. That was, this one was a great episode.
Mm-hmm.
We actually all 5 of ours were different. I mean, no, the Super Saiyan God one, but like none were in the same order, nothing like that.
No,
Well,
we didn't share many
yeah,
similarities.
I think we only had one. One of the no, 2. The Broly one and the Super Saiyan God. Yeah, those 2.
And did you have UI?
No, I didn't have UI Vegeta.
Wow.
Didn't make the list. Oh shit, hold on. Well, I guess we'll just end here.
Yeah, we'll just end here.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. Hit like, comment, do all that stuff, subscribe. Thank you so much. We'll catch you on Monday. See you.